Recording in progress.
All right, welcome everybody. Welcome. Hello, hello. I'm Erika Flint. We are going live from Bellingham, Washington. We are at Cascade Hypnosis Center. And welcome everybody. It is great to have you here. We are also live on Facebook and YouTube as well. So welcome everybody. Great to have you here today. We are talking about anti-anxiety, and we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about anti-anxiety in general because it is a core issue. It is a core issue that our clients, you're going to want to have the skills to help your clients with anti-anxiety every single client, every single session, every single time that you're working with clients. And the reason is because it's a core issue, all of our clients need assistance gaining skill with anti-anxiety techniques. And when they do, this is where they can start to realize some of the other changes that they came in to see us for. So welcome everybody. Great to have you here today. Welcome. If you're joining us on Facebook, welcome. If you're joining us on YouTube, great to have you here. I am live in Bellingham, Washington. So we have a hypnosis center here in beautiful Bellingham, Washington. It's a nice day today. And I'm going to bring up my screen here and share something with you guys. Today we're talking about lasting relief from anxiety, top down and bottom up hypnosis, strategies that get results. So become a professional hypnotherapist and create a thriving hypnosis practice of your dreams. That's what we're here for today, and I want to welcome each and every one of you guys. So where in the world are you at? Please use the chat and comment on live. Where are you? Are you here in the Pacific Northwest? We often get folks that are from around us here, but we also get folks from other areas too, and we like to welcome you, whether you're coming in from the East Coast or Hawaii or South America. We've had folks coming to us from Canada before, so that's always fun. Well, wherever you are, I'd like you to just pause and just take a moment to be really grateful to be here right now. Welcome, Deb. Great to have you here from all the way from Brooklyn, New York. Welcome. So let's just take a moment. Kelly, thank you for being here in Hawaii. Let's take in that nice deep breath. Exhale really, really slowly. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here today and for showing up for yourself and being here for you. I just got finished with a really awesome session. It was a Reprogram Your Weight session. If you guys need a copy of this, leave us a comment. Reprogram Your Weight. We'll get you a copy. So my client just left, and he's lost over 20 pounds. And he's doing all of the Reprogram Your Weight guidelines, okay? So there are guidelines for Reprogram Your Weight, but under the covers of all of the guidelines, under everything that we do as professional hypnotists, is getting rid of anxiety. It's getting rid of fear, because it's the fear and anxiety that is really keeping people from being successful, okay? So we're going to talk about anxiety today. He's doing great. He's lost over 20 pounds. And what's really great, and what I think is important for us as professional hypnotists that we need to keep in mind, is really I'm asking my clients, what's working for you and how hard is it? So what is your perceived level of effort or perceived level of difficulty that's going on here? And for him, he reported that it was easy. We always want our clients to report that the experience of applying and transforming is easy. Now, it isn't always easy, but we want them to perceive elements of it as being easy. And the easier they perceive it to be, the more the changes will stick. So when your client says to you, it's easy to eat only when they're actually hungry and easy to lose the weight, easy to ditch the scale, you know that you're helping to get that client some lasting results. All right, so that is why, even though I professionally help clients lose weight and stop drinking, anxiety is always a part of that, okay? So we're going to dive into the anti-anxiety toolkit now. I'm going to switch over to that, so give me just 1 second here. And this toolkit we just launched yesterday, an updated version of it. And so if you want an updated version of the anti-anxiety toolkit, please leave a comment. We will make sure to get you a copy of the anti-anxiety. It's actually anti-anxiety quick guide is what it is. And all right, so I'm going to switch to that now. There we are. Anti-anxiety quick guide for the professional hypnotist. So I know that, I just offered you Reprogram Your Weight. That's great. That's a great PDF book. This one we just refreshed yesterday. So this was first authored in 2016, updated in 2019, and now updated it yesterday because of the importance of anti-anxiety. So thanks for you guys on the call. How has anxiety impacted your life? Okay, I'll be real with you guys. I realized in the last couple of years, probably through COVID, that part of the reason that me, Erika, as a hypnotist, why I'm focusing on anti-anxiety so much is because I am highly anxious. And I've always been kind of that way. And part of the reason that I did some of the things that I did when I was younger, playing sports and music and all of these things, really assisted me in the anxiety. And so becoming a professional hypnotist made a lot of sense to me. And I've been focusing on anti-anxiety from the beginning, okay? But it's also very personal. These techniques I use all the time. We live in an anxious world. We live in a stressful world. Most of us do. And so it's not really about getting rid of anxiety. It's really more about noticing it, managing it, and then giving our clients the skills. When our clients have the skills of anti-anxiety for themselves, and we're talking about acute anti-anxiety techniques here. So and when our client has the skill to where before they felt anxious, and now, because of a session of hypnosis with you, they can turn the volume down on that anxiety. Okay, that's how we think about it. Turn the volume down on that anxiety. Oh, now they feel like they're in control again. And just that little bit of control can help our clients make all the changes that they want to make, okay? Because the truth is most of them know what to do, but they can't follow through. And why can't they follow through? Massive anxiety is part of it. It keeps them from being able to make a decision. It keeps them from being able to follow through. Okay, so this is just such a core issue that we're going to spend time helping our clients not only get rid of the deeper issues, but the acute stuff, things that are happening right now. So that's what we're going to talk about right now, my favorite techniques for acute anxiety. All right, so if you guys want a copy of the anti-anxiety guidebook for professional hypnotists, leave a comment, anti-anxiety, please. Makes it easy for us to follow up with you guys and make sure that you get this content. There's a lot of really great information in here, including your 3 brains, the neuroscience of hypnosis, and we'll just kind of quickly go through, I'll just show you guys, some of this cool stuff here. We might pause when it comes to what is hypnosis. Let's get to that part. We're going to overcome our biology, right? That's how we're going to do this, using hypnosis, using the power of hypnosis and the neuroscience of hypnosis. So let's just pause here for just a second. I want to tell you guys something really important. Hypnosis is real. It's not fake. Everything that you've heard about it, does the hypnotist have control over the client? All of that kind of stuff is Hollywood. It's made up. It's, sensationalized. But hypnosis itself is real. And hypnosis, one way to think about hypnosis, because there's a lot of different definitions, but my favorite is to think about brain waves. Okay, we have different brain waves going on in our mind at any one time. So what we're talking about here is predominant brain waves. So right now, I'm speaking, you guys might be paying attention, I hope, to this. You're probably using your beta brain waves. You're probably they're fast and specialized. It's part of our critical thinking. It's kind of what makes us an adult. It's what helps us have big decisions, or the ability to think critically and make big decisions. And so it's a very important part of our brain, these beta brain waves, right? And I say fast and specialized to help you guys understand what they are. So it's like they're very smart, but there's a lot of them. So it kind of creates chaos, right? And so when we want to be able to make a change in our life, it feels like it's too crowded. We feel overwhelmed. We can't think clearly. Okay? So when we do hypnosis, what is happening is beta brain waves are dropping off. Okay, there's no blood there. There's just not a lot happening there. And now the mind is speaking, and most of the brain waves are in a beta or a theta. And the way that we experience that is we feel calmer. Okay, so we know that hypnosis is a real thing. We can see it on an EEG. We can see the alpha and the theta, and we want our clients to know that it's real. We want our clients to know that all hypnosis is self-hypnosis, that it's an inside job, right? And that's what's so fun about hypnosis, because ultimately, us as the hypnotists are guiding and helping our clients, but they are the ones doing all the work. So in the end, we get to turn to them and say, you did that. And it becomes very empowering. So they're not relying on us in order to make future changes in their life. Okay? I'm turning to the side here, you guys, because I have this document on an iPad right here. Just makes it easier to run the show. So when you see me looking off to the side, I'm just kind of scrolling on this document. Okay, on my iPad. All right, so the 3-step strategy for helping clients with anti-anxiety. This is what we're covering today. The bottom, top down and bottom up. All right, so why is this important? And what is it? Well, top down is thoughtful. Okay, there's plenty of times when we're going to want to do top down and think about things first. But in this case, we almost always want to start bottom up. Okay, so bottom up, we're going to start with the body first. And in some cases, you might have a client who comes in who is too anxious to even really pay attention to you, right? So any of you guys on the call, have you ever had a client like that? I know we often get coaches and we get therapists and we get other people who might already be helping clients who are experiencing a lot of anxiety. So I know if my client comes in and they're having a hard time sitting still, they might say something to me like, Erika, I've tried everything else. I don't know why I'm here really, but I hope you can help me. They're noticeably nervous. For that particular client, it's very likely that I'm going to do a anti-anxiety technique with them, an acute anti-anxiety technique with them. And that will calm them down so that they can enter into hypnosis. Now, this is really important sometimes because the reason that clients don't go into hypnosis, if that ever happens, is because of fear. Okay? And so we really want our clients to feel really safe and secure. And so if they're presenting with an overwhelming amount of anxiety, we often have to do an anti-anxiety technique first. So that's the top down or the bottom up approach. We're going to focus on calming the body. Client feels safer. Client feels more relaxed. Oh, I feel better, Erika. Thank you. Good. Then we're going to do the top down. Then we will do hypnosis to lock in the change, is what we say. So the bottom up and the top down, we start with the body first. Help the client get relief with how they feel in their physical body. Now, when this is done well, we get to say to our client, go try and find that old feeling. Go try to find that old anxious feeling. And what we want, of course, is that our clients can't find that old feeling anymore. That's when the work that we've done, we know that it's good because they really can't, they know that they felt this way, but they can't find it in their body. They can't really feel it. So they feel better, of course. And usually they feel a little surprised. Like, I was just feeling this a moment ago. How come I can't feel it anymore? So that gives our clients a bit of a mind blow. And then we get to remind them how powerful they are, which sets us up for really awesome hypnosis. Okay, so for those clients with a lot of anxiety, we're going to do an anti-anxiety technique first. They feel awesome. Then we do hypnosis. So that's the top-down approach. So that's next. Top-down. Use hypnosis to lock in this change. So your anxious clients will come on. You'll teach them an anti-anxiety technique, and then you'll say, would you like to do hypnosis with me now? And you'll go do hypnosis. And now that's going to be thoughtful. that is going to be how they're thinking about things, okay? And we use hypnosis for that. Now, with anxiety, anti-anxiety, we have a couple really, really good anti-anxiety techniques in hypnosis. One of them is age regression. Okay, so age regression with my clients, when we get and have completed age regression, which is phase 2 of 5-path, which I'll get into in just a minute, our clients are feeling significantly better. They're sleeping better, they have more energy, and they are reporting that they are able to follow through and do things in their life that they want to do. So they've stopped drinking, they're not smoking anymore, they have changed their eating habits and their relationship with food, so they're starting to lose weight. And those two things combined, right? So an anti-anxiety, acute anti-anxiety technique plus hypnosis is really, really serving our clients. Okay, now step 3, to make this long lasting. So how do we get rid of anti-anxiety forever, okay, or at least manage it? So first, again, is bottom up, get rid of it in the body. And then step 2, top down, get rid of it in the mind, shift the thinking about anxiety. And then step 3, make it sustainable, make it forever. This is all about relationships, okay? The things that are most stressful in our life always come down to relationships. The most difficult experiences are usually with difficult people or having difficult conversations. And so anxiety tends to come up for our clients over and over and over in this area of relationships. So we are, to make it lasting, we're going to give our clients tools to better relate to themselves. So self-love, self-trust, the ability to improve, the ability to know what they want, follow through and get it. So they are following through on things, getting clarity, not allowing anything to stop them, but then also how they're relating to the world, other issues that they might have with people in their life, and then even relationships with things, work, school, food, that type of thing. This 3-step process is really what helps our clients get rid of that anxiety and manage it for the rest of their life in a way that is not bothering them anymore. So let's take a look at one of my favorite anti-anxiety techniques. This is the strategy, right? We're going to go bottom up, top down, and then we focus on relationships so that the client feels like they are in integrity and living a life that feels good to them. So they are relating to themselves in a way that feels really good, okay? Now, so how do we actually do the anti-anxiety technique? Let me teach you guys my favorite acute anti-anxiety technique, okay? So this is the model. This model works really, really well. This model works for all sorts of emotions, but we're going to focus on anxiety, okay? So there's a little bit of teaching here. Somebody hears music? I don't think we have any music playing. Yeah, I don't think so. Natalie, tell us what song it was at least, please. I want to know what you were listening to. It's so funny because I love music, so I wouldn't be surprised if I had like Spotify playing some random song that I couldn't hear it. So no problem. All right, so step 1 is awareness. All right, now this is actual teaching. You guys, this isn't marketing stuff at all. This is total what I want you guys to know today, okay? Classical soft music, beautiful, beautiful, perfect. All right, awareness is always the first step, always, okay? Always celebrate it, please. Just noticing that you're anxious is huge. And for our clients, we want to tell them that it's huge. Okay, we are professional hypnotists. That means we get to suggest. I'm going to make a suggestion to my client and I'm going to say, it is so important for you to be aware of this. That is always the first step. So we celebrate it. And clients, oh, Eric, I'm starting to feel anxious. Okay, good. How do you know? So everyone on the call, how do you know you're anxious? How do you know you're anxious? Write it down. It's always better. We learn more when we write things down because we have to use our hands and we see it with our eyes. Writing things down convinces the conscious mind. Okay, so write it down. I know I'm anxious when? I know I'm anxious a lot of the time. Okay, because for me, it's kind of like a shaky. Okay, so my finger, my hands, my heart, My stomach, butterflies in the stomach, my feet, I'll kick my feet. And I start to notice that at its very lowest level. Okay, that's what we want to teach our clients. We want to teach our clients not when they're full blown having an issue, not when it's so bad on the anxiety scale here, they're running out of their room. No. We want them to be able to catch their anxiety at a 2, at a 3. We want them to have a little more precision, a little more clarity around this so that they can notice, oh, I'm starting to get a little anxious. I'm going to go do a technique. Okay, so this coaching part of it is very, very important. We're going to basically hold our hands through this process with the clients until they get skill with the anti-anxiety. Okay, so I know I'm anxious when. Have them write it down. Now rate your anxiety on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being so anxious you're running out of the room, and 1, you're about ready to fall asleep. Okay. Now for our clients, I'm going to ask them to put down their default response so they don't have to think about it. And I'll have them write down the unwind technique, which I'll show you guys in just a second. Okay. A default response to anxiety is a very good thing. As a matter of fact, one of the best things that you guys can do, one of the favorite things that my clients like to do, is write down a list of favorite things to do instead of being anxious, instead of eating that cupcake, instead of having that drink. You write down all the good things that you'd rather do instead. Okay, go sit in the sunshine, call a friend, all of that type of thing. And people just leave it up on their refrigerator as a default response. So instead of coming in and grabbing food, grabbing the cigarette, it's written down right in front of them. Make it convenient and easy so that it's easy to follow through. Okay. Now we're going to teach them a very successful anti-anxiety technique. It was developed by Richard Bandler in the 70s. It's an NLP technique. Okay. The original technique was called backward spin. We've updated it quite a bit with the ways that our clients really like to use it. Okay. So here's the 4-step process. Step 1, awareness. How do you know you're anxious? When you're anxious, you're going to stop and you're going to rate your anxiety. This is for the conscious mind. We get validation and buy-in when we do it this way. So we always want to stop and rate your anxiety on a scale of 1 to 10. I want my clients to bring their level of anxiety up to about a 6 so that we can practice it. Okay. And then we're going to do the unwind technique, and then I'm going to ask them to rate their anxiety once again. Okay. So we have them notice it, rate it, do a technique, and rate it again. So the second time it should be lower. And then you're going to do the technique again, and you're going to do it a 3rd time. So you want to do this 3 times in a row, and your client usually has gone to maybe an 8 down to a 3 or a 4. And that right there can be a mind blow for them. Erika, I haven't felt this relaxed. I can't remember the last time I felt this relaxed. That right there can be the beginning of an entirely new way of life for that person. Because up to that point, they've been reading everything. They've been doing everything that their coach or their therapist or their friends, everybody's been telling them. They think they're doing it all, but they're not getting into that feeling space. They're not getting into the place where anxiety is living. And so they think about it and they talk about it, but with hypnosis and with this anti-anxiety technique, we get into the feeling space and we get to express it. So now the client isn't feeling it anymore. Okay. Then we give them an anti-anxiety technique to turn down the volume in other situations. Now they feel empowered. And now we get to say to them, oh, I wonder what else you can do. Okay. The advice that I give my clients and the idea is that you're going to starve your brain of anxiety. All week long, you're going to go out there in the world and starve your brain of anxiety, okay? And then we're going to give them this technique. All right, so let's do it right now. The unwind technique. If you guys want to do this technique with me, you certainly can. Don't do it if you're driving. Don't do it if anything like that. But you can do it at your desk. I'm not sure quite where you are. You will be moving your hands, okay, and having your eyes closed, okay? So I would like you to do the technique with me if you'd like. This is a very powerful mind-body anti-anxiety technique. Now, keep in mind, this is the type of technique that our clients are going to practice multiple times a day, right? So sometimes at first it can feel a little clunky, but I want you guys to notice how powerful this mind-body technique is. All right. So for those of you who want to practice it, go ahead and close your eyes. Closing your eyes gets rid of external stimuli so you can be more focused. Okay. All right, so close your eyes. And what I'd like you to do is imagine something that makes you anxious. So just think about you're in traffic or you're leading a Zoom and your computer isn't working. Nothing too serious, okay? But it does make you a little anxious, okay? And allow yourself to bring that up to a level 6, right? It's a little anxious, not 10. You're not running out of the room, but it's at a level 6. And once you're there at a level 6, first of all, congratulations. You were able to bring up that level of anxiety inside just by thinking about it. And now what I want you to do with your dominant hand, show me, or I won't be able to see, but if I could, use your dominant hand to mimic how that energy is moving in your body. Mimic it, okay? So for me, it's a spin, and for a lot of people, it's a spin, right? The energy feels like it's spinning around in your body, but truthfully, some people feel it as a jittery back and forth, side to side. However it feels to you is exactly right. Keep moving your hand in that direction until you get a handle. When it feels like you've got a handle on the anxiety, move your hand in the exact opposite direction, whatever that means to you. Exact opposite direction. If you're following along, at some point, you'll notice that there's a little bit of shift, and it's almost like the anxiety is draining out the bottom of your feet. And why is that? Well, the reason is because you're speaking body to your body, right? The body speaks in body language, and you're using your hand and thoughts in your mind to undo that anxiety. You're basically and effectively telling your nervous system and your subconscious, thank you for that energy, but I don't need it. I don't need it. Okay? So you're going to unwind that anxiety. Now, if you guys have some results you'd like to report in chat, please do. Please do. But for my clients, I'm going to do this technique with them once. I'm going to do it a second time, and we're going to do it a third time. So right there in session, before we start doing the hypnosis, they've already practiced it 3 times, about 15 minutes. Okay? And then I'm going to give them the instruction at any point this week. I want you to starve your brain from anxiety. You're going to stop. You're going to do this technique. You'll get neuroplasticity as we starve the brain from this sensation, okay? So that's the goal. They're going to go out, practice this as often as they can. You might practice it 5 times in a day, 6 times in a day. If you're super anxious, you might do it 20 times in a day. And that's all right, because it's more enjoyable than the experience of anxiety. And every time you do it, you're telling your mind, no, we don't do it that way. No, we don't do it that way. No, we don't do it that way. So it creates neuroplasticity in your mind. And pretty soon, and this is what clients are reporting, usually after a week, if they're practicing this for a week consistently, they feel better in 3 days. Okay. I think this is a pretty standard and pretty well, for my clients at least, they're all feeling better if they're consistent with using this technique after 3 days. So they've done it enough to give themselves peace of mind that is lasting. Okay. All right. So this is one of my favorite techniques, the unwind technique. I call it unwind instead of backward spin because backward spin confused my clients. Okay. That's why. No real good reason. They were just, why is it backward spin? Why? Let's unwind the anxiety. Nobody asks about it anymore. It makes sense. Okay. Now the step 4 here, laugh out loud and wiggle. Once you've unwound the anxiety and you're feeling better, there's a little bit of residual left over, right? It's like if you're baking a cake, you use the spatula to get that extra little bit out, okay? That's why we laugh out loud and wiggle. So it's, something like that. And I like to shake around because it just gets the anxiety out of the body. All right. Anybody have any questions? Feel free to post them. I'm sure Tim will make sure that I can see the question. But gaining skill in this area is the most important thing. Okay. We're not just going to do hypnosis with our clients or do an anti-anxiety technique with our clients. We're going to pause. We're going to slow down enough so that we can really help our client achieve transformation and achieve. See, there's skill involved here, right? We don't just want to tell our clients about it. I'm going to be there and witness them gaining skill. Witness the light bulb come on. Witness them. Oh my gosh, Erika, I haven't felt this peaceful in years. Like my client Sharon. She said to me, Erika, I forgot what good felt like. And for her, for Sharon, I tell a lot of stories about Sharon because it's just a remarkable client story. She was so miserable at her job, so miserable in her marriage, and in a single session of hypnosis is what turned it around. Now, we ended up doing 6 sessions together, to be fair, okay, because I only do full packages with clients. We want to get our clients full results. But it really was that one session. It was that one session that reminded her that there's a completely other way of being. It reminded her and turned her own light back on, right? The goodness inside of her. And so from there, now that she's a believer, now that she remembered what good feels like, we were able to easily get her back on track with Reprogram Your Weight. And she lost 60 pounds in less than 6 months, and she did fantastic. Okay, so this anti-anxiety stuff is very prevalent, and I teach it to almost 100% of my clients unless they already have this, unless they already have a tool for anti-anxiety. Let's see, Kelly, if you do this 3 times, do I tell them to do it 3 times every time? Yes. I won't tell them 3 times. I'll do it 3 times in the office. Like this is the first time that we're doing it, right? So I'll say, all right, let's do it once. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, I'm getting a little better at it. Okay, let's do it a 3rd time. So we'll do it 3 times that very first time in the office, and client has a little bit of, they feel a little bit better about it. The second thing I'll do is I'll send them a link to the unwind technique. So we have a video of me doing it. So I would give my client, here's a link if you want to go home and watch me do it, right? That always helps too. But then the suggestion is going to be, I'm not going to tell them to do it 3 times. I'm going to tell them to do it multiple times. And I'm going to say, you're probably going to end up doing it 2 or 3 or 4 times in a row until you get to the level of relaxation that you really want. So does that make sense? I'm not going to say 3 specifically. We will practice 3 at first, and then I'm going to give them this suggestion. Practice it multiple times until you achieve the level that you want to be at. So a client might start at an 8, and they do the technique once, it brings them to a 6. I'll say, okay, do it again. Then they might be down to a 5, and then they might, if they want to stay at a 5, fine, but they probably don't. 4 feels really good, so they'd probably do it a 3rd time. So it doesn't have to be 3. The guidance will be continue doing it until it takes you to where you want to be. So thank you for the question. This backward spin technique is one that I've been doing my entire hypnosis career, you guys. So this is the one that I still do myself. So I teach it to all my clients. It is just such a valuable add-on. Okay, so this is just only one of the add-ons that we're going to do. The other add-on for clients is looking at their negative self-talk. Okay, if we don't help our clients look at their negative self-talk, we could do great work in hypnosis. We could do great work in anti-anxiety, but it's just going to come back because the client's negativity is just alive and well. And I can tell you guys, we will do a course on getting rid of negative self-talk. We have in the past too, so there's plenty of material on that already. But negative self-talk is sneaky. It's everywhere, and it's also a bad habit. I love telling that to my clients. It's like a messy room. Do not add any more weight to it than merely a messy room. And the reason that I'm giving you guys this suggestion is a lot of people, when they become aware, okay, this is top down, bottom up, all right? This is another reason why you got to be careful with this. We're getting a little advanced. I hadn't planned this today, but I need to mention it now that I'm bringing it up. Sometimes if we point out our clients' negative self-talk to them consciously, it makes them feel worse. Okay? Really. So we got to be careful. When our client comes in and presenting with a lot of negative self-talk, I might not even mention it. I might just do anti-anxiety first. Because if they have awareness of their own level of negative self-talk, the shame that comes with it can be really, really bad. Okay? So they feel really bad that they're doing it. And so this is why I love to tell my clients, it's just like a messy room. It's just a bad habit. You're not a bad person. Okay? It's just like a messy room. So just every day, you're going to be cleaning it up. Okay? So anti-anxiety, getting rid of negative self-talk, and then all of the things that we're naturally going to do in hypnosis with our clients is what helps them get lasting change. Okay, so cleaning up that negative self-talk, anti-anxiety, and then we're also going to teach them a form of self-hypnosis. Okay, we want our clients gaining skill in the ability to stabilize a calm state of mind and know what they want to do, okay, and follow through on what they want to be doing. All right, so let me show you guys a little bit more about our training program. Does anybody have any questions about anxiety here? Any more questions on anxiety? I wanted to flip back over and get into some of the ways that our training program can help you guys become a professional hypnotist, right? Our next course is in April. It's over half full. All right, so we only have so many people that we can have here in Bellingham, but we also have a lot of folks online. So we usually have anywhere from, I'd say 2 to like 6 or 8 people who join us on Zoom live remotely, and that's because they're not able to, for whatever reason, they aren't able to join us live. They have kids at home that they're watching. They have parents at home that they are taking care of, and so half full. Let's dive into how to become a professional hypnotherapist. If you guys have any questions about this, please feel free to ask in the chat here. Tim, our director of admissions, hi Tim, is on the call. He's been helping and assisting. So we absolutely love helping people become professional hypnotists. It's a very fulfilling job because you get to help people with some of their hardest things in their life, and you really get to help them turn their own light on. So we really get to help bring people to a place of empowerment. And that is the goal. They come to us for one thing, what that we call a presenting issue, and we are going to help them with that. But then we're going to help them with what they actually need. And we're going to teach them self-hypnosis, and we're going to help them with anti-anxiety and negative self-talk. And that helps them for the rest of their life. Okay, so the way to become a professional hypnotist, of course, get great training. Okay, get great training. Our professional level training program is 6 months total. There's pre-work, 7 days in person, intensive in person, and then a 3-month implementation. And the 3-month implementation is really important. That's where we help you get and work with your first clients. So we don't just want to train you and have you go out in the world and you try to figure out how to get your own clients and work with your own clients. Our program is actually designed to continue working with you. Our grads we just completed a class, and our grads, I think we're on week 3 of helping them identify their ideal clients, their champion clients, and getting sessions with their new clients. So that's happening right now. The goal of our hypnosis training program is success getting and working with your first clients. This is a professional level training. This is not evenings and weekends. This is not for your friends. This is really in an office, just like we are now. Just like this morning, my client came to me for weight loss. And for that particular client, it was 5 sessions for $3,500. That is the price of my weight loss program right now. And this client will lose weight and keep it off probably for the rest of his life if he keeps on following the techniques. And most of our clients know what to do, but they don't follow through because they don't have the tools and they don't have the insight. Okay, so if you want to help people do really hard things, and if you want to help empower them, then keep hanging on, because that's what we're talking about here. Okay, we want you to have massive confidence as a hypnotist. We get a lot of students who have been in other programs, and I was in a different hypnosis program first too. The first hypnosis class that I took was here in Bellingham at the Tech College, and I would consider it a very good entry-level program. I was inspired, it was exciting, it was fun, I was learning, but when the class was over, I didn't know what to do with my clients. I didn't know how to start. Like, I didn't know what questions to ask them. Everybody was asking for scripts, and so there's a different level of training when it comes to a professional level training, and that's what we do. And so the idea is your client's going to come to you with a presenting issue. They're going to come to you, I need to lose weight, I want to stop smoking, I want to stop drinking. And you're going to do a consultation with them, okay, to really understand the complexity of the issue. On average, you're going to work with your clients 5 sessions, okay? Don't do single sessions. Single sessions do not serve our clients. Okay, not in the grand scheme or the scope of things. I do single sessions with clients that I've worked on before, okay? But single sessions are a marketing tool, and they don't help our clients. So we don't do single sessions. We only sell solutions. Solutions. Change your relationship with food to lose weight and keep it off for the rest of your life, okay? And a certain percentage of our clients, so 25% of our clients, will continue into ongoing programs. So I want our graduates to have both a private one-on-one practice, but also what we call a back-end group program. Okay, and that makes your business more profitable. That makes it easier for you to create content for your business. And it's just easier so that you don't burn out. So you'll see a percentage of one-on-one clients, and then a percentage of them will want to continue learning and growing with you. That becomes repeatable, passive, not passive, but repeatable membership income that you can rely on every month. And that tends to make your program stronger. Okay, you can generate signature and ongoing programs, group and high ticket. And this is where, our grads, I really want you to be in the high ticket space. This is where our clients are really doing the work in order to make the changes. Okay. Now, that being said, I love putting out free material. I love putting out books and recordings so that other folks can get access to recordings. So if you like to make hypnosis recordings, anybody here like to make hypnosis recordings, or like to listen to them at least? I really do. Not everybody does, but I really appreciate and enjoy the experience of making a recording. And they can be really useful for our clients in particular circumstances, and it can certainly help you grow your practice. So the point here being, there's a lot of different ways to grow your practice, and maybe some of these ideas here sound good to you for your dream practice, what your dream practice might sound like. Our grads also love to serve the community. We teach classes, right? And this is a great way to bring in clients, teach classes just like I'm doing right now. So our grads will take this anti-anxiety toolkit that I gave you guys and teach from it. They'll go out into the world, they'll teach on anti-anxiety, and they'll bring in new clients based on the anti-anxiety toolkit. So you guys can reuse some of our material to grow your practice with swipe material and that type of thing. We don't want you to have to make up everything all on your own from the beginning, okay? So what separates hypnotists that struggle from ones that make a difference? Again, we get a lot of folks that come to us from other training programs, and really what it comes down to is it's just not professional level training. There isn't the presenting issue to full relief. My class was more like a buffet, right? Just a sampling of this technique and a sampling of another technique where we didn't really gain a lot of skill or depth of skill in any one area. Okay, so the reason that this hypnosis, why 5-Path is so powerful, why it works with every client, is because it's systematic. Okay, it's systematic based on an emotional scale. Okay, the first thing that we're going to do is build up hope. And then we're going to get rid of fear, anger, and guilt. And we're going to do it in that order, and our clients feel like they are set free. Okay, so what is the strategy? Well, we allow hypnosis to reveal the source of resistance, and that reveals the truth. We keep our clients in a playful state so it feels like they are learning and growing. And this is especially true when it comes to age regression, okay? Because age regression is super powerful, but we want you to do it properly so your client gets the results they want. You're going to notice moments of hesitation because it's the unconscious mind or the subconscious mind trying to protect our client, okay? You're always going to speak to your client from their highest eternal nature, and this is just amazing. When you start to see everyone around you only in their highest regard and you start treating them that way, watch how they grow into it. Watch how they live into that wonderful vision you have for them. We work with our clients in a split consciousness is the way that we do it. So part of our client is in hypnosis with us and part of them is like in the office with us and part of them is either regressing or having an experience. And because of that, we get really good results because our client is partially conscious. Okay, we need that. We do not want our clients to be so deep that they don't remember anything. Okay, that can feel good, but clients don't get results. Okay, clients don't get results when it just feels good. Mental massages don't really do a lot for people. We really need them to be partially conscious so that they are replying to us and they're getting the insight, okay? But not having a systematic approach, what usually happens is hypnotists are looking for scripts. They don't know what to do, so it's too overwhelming. And they can't get any traction, so it feels overwhelming and they never get their business launched. Okay, we are in the business of helping you start your hypnosis business. Our entire program is built on the success of our grads, right? So we have a lot of love for our clients, your clients, and for helping this come true for you. All right, so 5-phase advanced transformational hypnosis, 5-path is what we're talking about here. Okay, 5-path was developed by Cal Banyan over 20 years ago, and it was based on a technique called universal therapy by Gerald Kine. And universal therapy included a lot of psychological techniques that are used in psychotherapy, and so that's part of 5-path, but we get to do it with hypnosis. We get the added benefit of our client being in that highly resourceful and receptive state. Okay, so this bulleted list right here is the 5 phases. The first one builds up hope. The second one gets rid of fear. The third one gets rid of anger, useless anger. The fourth, releasing guilt. And then eliminating secondary gain. So let me just show you guys that here. Phase 1, preparation, testing, and convincing. It creates hope. We need to do this. Our clients are coming to us. They are hopeful. They wouldn't be in your office if they weren't hopeful, but they're not entirely hopeful. So the goal of this phase is our client leaves feeling hopeful and somnambulistic. Hopeful that changes can be made. Somnambulistic, we know that we can reliably get them into a state of hypnosis the next time. Now, phase 2 is when we're going to do age regression. This is where this is super powerful. Please don't be afraid of age regression. I get this all the time. Oh, I think it's dangerous. Oh, Erika, but what about leading questions? Oh, are we supposed to have our client in their trauma for too long? No. Okay, so none of those things are going to happen. You have got to light the brain up where the problem occurred. Okay. This is how we get memory reconsolidation in less than 5 hours. We have to get into the feeling space. It's required. There's no way around it. We can't just talk about it. We can't just think about it. We can't just write books about it. Our clients are going to get emotional. They're going to cry. They are going to get quiet. All of those things is indicative of them getting into the space that, guess what, they've been avoiding. They've been avoiding because it's too painful, and they're drinking and they're smoking and all of these other things that the mind is creating to try and get them to avoid that, okay? So you're going to learn age regression, and it's super powerful, it's super effective, and it's natural. Age regression is natural. If I were to ask you to think about the song from your high school graduation or your high school prom or when you got married or something like that, that song, if you pick the right song, it'll take you right back there. Okay? That's what an age regression is. It's just it's working negatively for our clients, and we call that trauma sometimes, right? And somebody might get a diagnosis of PTSD, actually. So what's happening there? It is trauma from the past interrupting our client's real life experience right now. Okay, it's unprocessed information from the traumatic experience, unprocessed by the autobiographical part of the brain. And so it feels like it's happening all over again. It feels like it's happening now to the brain. This is why hypnosis is so amazing. We get to go in with age regression and undo that. Undo that very powerfully. Okay, so this is where clients, I can't find the feeling in my body. Why is that? Because we undid it. We got rid of it using age regression. Okay, so it's super powerful. Don't skip it. Phase 3, we're going to use Franz Pearl's chair therapy, forgiveness of others. Super effective at helping our clients release unnecessary, useless anger. And useless anger is just anger that really cannot be applied appropriately for any effective good. So usually the person is not in our life anymore. They're gone. They're dead. And our client just feels stuck because there's no place to put that feeling. Okay. Phase 4 is one of my favorites, forgiveness of self. So once we help our clients get rid of the useless anger, in phase 3, we're going to help them get rid of the guilt. And this is really where a lot of our clients come alive, because in the end, this is about self-love. Okay? In the end, this is about our clients noticing the things about themselves that are true and setting those boundaries and following through on them. Okay? So it's about self-love in the end. But here at the beginning, nobody's coming to us to buy self-love. But phase 4 is all about self-love. So phase 4, we're going to help our clients get rid of guilt, get rid of all of the things that they hold against themselves. It's very empowering, very lovely, and they leave feeling sometimes like a completely different person. Sometimes we get them in touch with their little one, the part of them deep down inside that has wishes and dreams and might have been squashed when they were younger. We get to bring that part alive again in them. We get to bring them into a state where they feel at home in their own heart. And that's why I call hypnosis a homecoming, because you get to come home to your own heart where you've always felt safe before the complexity and the chaos of the outside world. Okay? All right, so phase 4, massive self-love for our clients. Massive. You might not have even seen this level of self-love before that comes through in this one. And then phase 5, parts mediation. Parts mediation deals with secondary gain. Secondary gain is an internal conflict. Okay, so for example, people who stop losing weight because they see that their hubby is unhappy. Okay, that would be very common. It's very common for our clients. They're losing weight, they're feeling good, but spouse is left at home. There's no more Netflixing and eating food on Thursday nights anymore. What happened? That was fun for so many years. And you gained weight. So when our clients start to feel better and they're being active and they don't want to watch Netflix and they don't want to go to McDonald's anymore, our spouses can feel left out and it can cause a rift in the relationship. So secondary gain is really important to look for because it's very common for our clients, especially our clients are super loving. They usually do have, at least my clients have good relationships, so they don't want to see their spouse unhappy. Okay, so parts mediation therapy, very, very important. Those 5 phases help bring our clients to full relief. Okay, now we're going to teach them self-hypnosis. Okay, so we're going to teach them self-hypnosis. We're going to teach them an anti-anxiety technique. We're going to teach them how to get rid of negative self-talk. Okay, this changes everything for them. They start thinking more positively, thinking more clearly. Not only did they come in to see us to lose weight, but now they're finishing their book. They're getting a new job. All sorts of amazing things happen to our clients when they really start focusing on themselves and are going through the process of systematically getting rid of the fear and the anger and the guilt from an entire lifetime. Okay? All right, I want to invite you guys to train with us. Our next training is April 21st through 27. We are over half, no, we're half full, I think exactly. Tim might be able to verify, but I think we're exactly half full for our in-person classes. This is a picture of the classroom where we are right now, just right over there. Our training program includes everything that you need to be a professional hypnotist, okay? You don't have to be a counselor or a therapist or anything like that before. We teach you everything, and the truth is the answers are within our clients. Okay, so our training program is 6 months, but the first 3 months is pre-work. Okay, we want you to get a really good handle on hypnosis for yourself, practicing self-hypnosis. So we have people that join our 6-month program all the way up right before class starts. Okay, but there is enough material there, and we want you to get started right away, because the more you're practicing these self-hypnosis techniques in the induction, the more you'll get out of class, of course, right? So comprehensive pre-work is first, then the in-person 7-day intensive, which is really fun. We really love having everybody here at the center. It's supervised practice. You will leave with confidence that you can hypnotize anybody who wants to do hypnosis with you. So this is not covert hypnosis. We're not trying to sneak it by anyone. This is loving and open hypnosis where we talk about what we're doing with people, okay? So 7-day in-person training. When you leave this class, you will feel confident that you can hypnotize someone. So we spend a lot of time making sure that you feel good about the process and also the techniques, of course, of 5-Path. Now, after graduation is on a Saturday, we start the implementation program. So the implementation program is let's implement what you learned in class. We're not teaching you a bunch of new things. That would be overwhelming, okay? And it's very common. Super common to get a new job or a new profession and then go try to learn all the things. Okay? Don't do that. It'll stop you. It'll stop you from being successful. Okay? You don't need to know everything. Okay? You need to know a lot. You need to be a good hypnotist, and that's what this class is about. So part of my job in the 3-month implementation program is to direct you in what to do and what you can avoid, what you can ignore for right now. Okay? We want you working with clients right away. We want you getting a return on your investment within the first 3 months. And that's entirely possible, even just with a couple of students. A couple of clients, okay? Our grads will start anywhere from $1,200 to $1,600 for a package. And that's just at the beginning, okay? So at the beginning, you might be charging that. And you might be moving up to $1,900 for a package of 5 sessions. So that's about $400 a session, okay? As part of our training, we also have the hypnosis training library. We've got a lot of advanced material and marketing and content templates, okay? These things are not required for you to be an awesome hypnotist, but we do have a library of them that help you get started so you don't have to think about it, okay? Our training is $6,500, and you save $500 if you apply by tomorrow. We always like to reward people who can make fast decisions, because if you can make a fast decision on business, it's going to make it easier for you to make other decisions in your business. So if you can decide by tomorrow, which is my birthday, by the way. So if you can decide by tomorrow, Erika's birthday, that this is the right training for you, go apply. Is the next step. It's not going to cost you a thing to apply. Applying is entirely free. But if you pop in anti-anxiety into the application there at the bottom, we'll give you that $500 bonus. Okay? Because we want to inspire you to take action if you're feeling it today. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. We're almost right on time here, stopping at the top of the hour. So, Deb, thank you. I'm working with people in chronic pain. Is there training that addresses that? Yes. Chronic pain is a second class. You need to get your certification first, and then you will also need to get certification for pain management. It's not as comprehensive as hypnosis certification. So this 7-day class is the most comprehensive. The pain that we recommend is going to be be another about 1-day class. And we have all of that information, so we can give you access to that additional training. There are 3 things that you need additional training in beyond the hypnosis certification training course. One is working with kids, right? And that makes sense. If you want to work with kids, there's a little bit of additional training beyond certification, okay? Pain, same thing. We need to make sure that you're working appropriately with your clients and doctors and not practicing medicine without a license, basically. And forensic hypnosis too. So all 3 of those types of hypnosis, you will need to get an additional training. But the very first training, you need certification. And so Deb, you would take this class first, and then we even sell the pain management class. It's a video. So once you have the hands-on certification training, that type of thing, these other trainings that you would get beyond that are usually a little easier and faster. And I have to say, there's a lot of, there's a lot of different hypnosis out there, but 5-Path is really good for pain management. There's a lot of loss of dignity. There's a loss of livelihood. There's a lot of emotional stuff that goes in with pain. And as you probably know, it's not just the pain, right? There's a serious grieving that often needs to take place with pain. And so, yes, there is additional work. Thank you. And thank you guys for wishing me happy birthday. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here. We hope to see you in the hypnosis classroom. Please go and fill out an application. When you apply, then you'll hear from Tim. We will do a short interview. You can ask any other logistical questions. And we want to make sure that you feel good about this training program. We want to make sure that you have all your questions answered. And so that's all for me. I look forward to seeing you in the hypnosis classroom soon. We absolutely love helping our students become professional hypnotists and help people with really hard things. Thanks, everyone. Bye. Oh, it looks like there might be another question. All right, very good. Thanks, Tim, for your support. Isn't Tim great, you guys? He's just amazing. Thanks, everyone. I hope to see you in the hypnosis classroom soon. I'm Erika Flint. Bye for now.